Welcome to Monte Vista Unitarian Universalist congregation. My name's Alan Worley, and I'm the president of the Board of Trustees, and here to welcome you on another awesome Sunday morning and provide some brief announcements. If any of you did not get to see Reverend Maggie's installation last Sunday, the video of it is on YouTube, and it contains the bagpipe processional around the parking lot. It's added bonus feature if you view it online. You can also see our Sunday morning services at the same place. Just go to YouTube and say Monte Vista Unitarian Universalist Congregation, or go to our webpage or the announcements. Speaking of our emailed announcements, please read them when they come out. If you're not on the list, please contact one of us. Easiest way would be to contact Brenda, our office administrator, during the week and get put on the list to receive our weekly announcements. It contains lots of good stuff, including, remember, Tuesday evening, 7 p.m., Taco Tuesday. It's a Zoom session where we chat. There may be a topic that we may or may not stick to. It's led by Reverend Ellen and Reverend Maggie, and it's a lot of fun, and we get to learn about each other. Couple other items coming up. Our partnership church in the Philippines there'll be a service on April 10th for that, but before then, we have scholarshiped around 20 students in that congregation for their schooling, both elementary and high school, and you can donate to that if you're going to do it by check or online. Be sure to put Calipian sponsorship on your memo line. And just a quick thing, last Sunday, to me, was truly the Sunday of love, and I will probably reference that in the future. So, thank you, and now, Reverend Maggie.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. It is so good to be here. And thank you, Alan, for the wonderful job with the announcements. We are still kind of in the bliss of last week. So, and in our state of bliss, we have decided to put our singing bowl somewhere very safe. So I peeked in the usual spot. I peeked in one of our usual hiding places and did not see it. So we're going to do things a little differently. Because the singing bowl is made from the earth, so are these rocks. We will open our service today with the banging of the rocks instead of the singing of the bowl. But we sound these rocks 3 times. Once for those who came before. Oh, that doesn't sound very good, does it? Let's go. Okay, lots of vibration. For the Tongva peoples, who were the original stewards of this land, and they called it their home long before we ever knew we would be here today. We also honor our ancestors And we honor the founding members of this congregation who imagined and planted this community that we love 70 years ago. We ring the rocks once for those of us who are here and now. For those of us here in the sanctuary, over in the kitchen, scurrying about for the meal we're going to enjoy after the service today, and also for those of you who are joining us on Zoom. Let's not forget the importance of our Zoom sanctuary, and we honor you, we say hello to you, and we thank you for participating today. We have 13 different households joining us this morning. And we also ring our bell once for those who will come, for those who will find their belonging here with us, the visitors who will come, and they will come to call Monte Vista Unitarian Universalist congregation their spiritual home in the days ahead. And we do have one visitor today. Do you mind if I embarrass you? Hi, thank you for being here. Welcome. Philip, right? Philip? Lewis, sorry. See? Yeah, you do. Maybe that's a name from another lifetime or something. But well, welcome. We're glad you're here today. I invite everybody to stand, whether you're here or even at home if you'd like, and we're going to sing our favorite singing together song to open hymn number 123 in our hymnal, Spirit of Life. We'll sing it in English first and then Spanish. Thank you. It sounded beautiful. Now we're going to light our new chalice. How exciting. I invited George to be the one to light it today, if you would. As I read the words of Katie Gelfand, she's the DLRE at our congregation in New Orleans, First UU of New Orleans. We light our chalice as a symbol of gratitude as we celebrate the abundance of our lives together. In this sanctuary, we harvest bushels of strength for one another and offer our crop with the hands of compassion and generosity. In the authentic and gentle manner of our connections, we cultivate a simple sweetness to brighten our spirits. May we be grateful for the ways that we nourish and uplift each other. For it is in the sharing of this hallowed time together that sustains us. I invite you to speak our covenant with us. We'll speak that together, both here and far. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest of truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve the world in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow in harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with each other. Do I see Robert Tidwell? Do you want to read the story, Letha? Would you mind? Okay. He is on a quest, good. Hopefully we all are of some kind. A good quest. Letha is the committee chair for our children's religious exploration. And she will read the story today. It's called When You Have More Than Enough. Thanks, Letha.
Once upon a time, there was a family. Maybe this family had not quite enough to eat, or maybe they had just about enough, or perhaps they had more than enough. They might not have been able to tell. They might not have been able to, or let me start that over. You might not have been able to tell. They might not have been able to tell. Sometimes it's hard to tell if you have enough or not. It's hard not to want more or different things than you have. In any case, this family came together one autumn day for a celebration, a feast, a time of gratitude. They gathered, as we have done, around a table. There was food, there was drink, there were flowers to remind them of beauty, and then there came a call from the gate outside their door. "Hello, we're hungry and thirsty, and we see you have a feast. May we come in?" Well, the family didn't know at first how to answer. Who were these people at the gate? Was it safe to let these people in? Did they have enough to share? Was there room? But they remembered. They remembered that most of them had to come to this family, to this celebration, from someplace else. They remembered that even they, who were there at the table, had not always been kind to each other. There had been times when they hurt each other. There were still times when they made each other sad or angry or afraid. There was no way to make life completely safe. They remembered times when others had shared with them, even when others might not have had quite enough of their own. They remembered when each new member of the family had been born, or when they came to stay or married in. They remembered that they had always found a way to make room. And they remembered an old saying, when you have had more than you need, it is better to build a longer table than to build a higher fence. We have enough, they said. We might have more than enough. We are many and strong, and we can hold a safe place or safe space here in our home for all who come. And so they went out of their door and to the gate in the fence. They opened the gate. They invited the people who were there in. Inside, they pulled out another table and made space for these newcomers. They covered it with a cloth, and the newcomer set upon it a dish full of something fragrant and delicious, which was strange and wonderful to the family. Everybody shared, and there was enough.
As we move forward in learning what our new children's recessional is going to be, we've got a couple of them in the works. But for today, Riley, if it's okay with you, we're going to sing you out to the one that we're familiar with, Go Now in Peace. And you can sing the lyrics as you wish. Today is also a very special day for our community as we open up the pledge drive today, our stewardship drive. So in order to open that, I ring the gong, the invisible gong. It seems to be meaningful today. But for our first week, we have our board president, Alan Worley, who will offer why he pledges to Monte Vista.
Good morning again. Why I pledge. Honestly, I'm afraid of what it would be, this facility would become if I didn't pledge. I mean, our pledge money covers the operating costs to keep us having Sunday services and Taco Tuesdays and Justice Committee meetings and children's and adult religious exploration. And I've been attending this time since about 2003. I know that the Calipian Partnership is coming up with the 15th anniversary of our vote to support them. And I remember voting yes for that partnership. I've spent most of my time at Monte Vista in religious exploration with the youth. And without this place, they would not have the connection to the Benneville Pines, which is where the youth make connections with their peers that's beyond this little community into a big community that they keep for the rest of their lives. I have known quite a few that they're still UUs. They may not be attending services right now, but they're still UUs. And it's because of this place. And we're entering a new time. We have a new settled minister. Yes. So that there's an increase in expenses there. Yes, we've been able to afford it, but we need an increase to handle that. We need to increase salaries for our other employees to bring ourselves up, especially the piano player. So please. In addition to the pledge form, here's mine. It's filled out. Consider pledging your time. Offering. We are still primarily a volunteer organization, and we need volunteers, and we need time. Doesn't have to be a lot. If you cannot pledge a lot of money, consider pledging some time. And with that, I'll ask our chairman of the Finance Committee, Carissa Gregg, to come up and explain how to fill this thing out.
Thank you, Alan. For those that don't know me, or it's just been so long you don't remember, I am Carissa Moore. I am the current chair of the Finance Committee. And I would like to thank all of you who have donated over the past 2 years for your absolutely generous pledges. Without them, we would not have been able to keep going as we have been. And so I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now, due to the new bylaws, we have some changes to when we need to get the budget out. So I wanted to give you a few dates, just so you all know. By May 14th, you all should have received an email with the budget, the financials to date, and the nominations for the new board. On May 15th, after service, we will have a budget info meeting. We won't be voting on the budget then. It's just for you to ask questions and find out more about it. On May 18th will be the Board of Trustees meeting to approve the budget. And then on May 22nd, that's the date you need to circle. That is going to be the congregational meeting to approve the budget and vote for the new board, okay? So, like Alan said, I've got my filled out pledge card here as well. There are 3 ways that you can pledge this year. Now, we've got, back on the greeting table, we've got some of the pledge forms already printed out for you. So if you want to grab one of those, fill it out, turn it in today, great. If you want to take it home, fill it out, send it in later, great. Otherwise, we have online. If you go to stewardship, then it is the second one under stewardship. Yeah, right there. And then that first link is just suggestions from the UUA for how much to pledge. Guidelines only. We don't expect any of that. Down here at the bottom, we have 2 links. If you click the first link, that takes you to the online pledge form. Fill it out, hit submit, you're good. Don't need to bother with paper at all. If you click the second link, it takes you to a PDF of the printed pledge form that you can print out, fill out, sign it, send it in. You're good to go. We do ask that you pick one way and stick to it. If you fill out a form today, you're good, you're done, don't need to worry about the website. If you send in the online form, you don't need to worry with paper. You know, just please, just one. All right, thank you.
Thanks, Carissa. Yeah, we've been having that online possibility of online pledging since COVID started, and a lot of our folks have really enjoyed doing that because it does save paper and postage, and it's just a great addition to our pledge drive, our way of pledging. Our offering message for today's gathering of pledges, unrelated to the ones that we're doing for next year, still while we're in this year, we do offer gratitude for the pledges and offerings that people bring forward on our Sunday service. The one for today, the message from today comes from our Singing the Living Tradition hymnal. It's reading number 674. Let there be an offering to sustain and strengthen this place, which is sacred to so many of us, a community of memory and of hope, for we are now the keepers of the dream. When Reverend Brandick Lovely wrote those words, he had no way to know how they would bring truth and meaning to us in this year of unusual experience. He was 82 when he died 10 years ago, and yet his words call us to step forward today, to be the keepers of the dream and to honor this place, which is sacred to so many of us, with our support of it. For those who struggle to meet their financial responsibilities, we hold hope for a better way forward in the days coming soon, just ahead. Those who are less affected by the financial stress of the virus's impact, we step in and we cover you until that day comes, holding hearts of hope. For all of the gifts of this beloved community, whether time, talent, treasure, we are deeply grateful, and we promise to be good stewards of our shared dream. We invite you to visit our donation link in the chat box. Thank you, Lily, for posting that. You can also find the donate button near the bottom of the online order of service, in the weekly Community Connections email that arrives each Thursday, or you can mail your offerings and pledges in to our address here in Montclair. But it is with celebration and much gratitude that our offering will now be given and received, for we are the keepers of the dream. So please come forward with your generous offerings and donations for the Beta Center at the Inland Valley Hope Partners and for Cain's Cupboard. Thank you. To exhale and get comfortable as we breathe together, conspiring of sorts, connecting our hearts, our minds, and our very lives, lighting up the web that binds us to all beings in these trying and tender times. We are grateful for this community of love and connection, as these unusual days remind us of how much we mean to one another. We join our breath to become aware of love more fully and to see beyond what we believe we know, toward a more awakening, more deeper connection and growth of our souls. May our love shine forth from this place and from the sanctuary of each of our hearts, so that others may know that acceptance, community, and love are the gifts that we bring. With deep gratitude for life and for the chance that we always have to choose love again and again and always, we connect with the spirit of life that is in each other, within all others, with every living thing, and with the stars. Amen. I had Ben Williams, one of our newest members, in mind when I chose the reading for this week. He's a big Mary Oliver fan. But it also makes so much sense, her poem called Thirst. It was first published in 2006 by Beacon Press in Boston. But it's read today from a book of her selected poems that I actually received as a gift for my installation. It's called Devotions. Beautiful, beautiful book. Thirst. Another morning, and I wake with thirst for the goodness I do not have. I walk out to the pond, and all the way God has given us such beautiful lessons. Oh Lord, I was never a quick scholar, but skulked and hunched over my books past the hour and the bell. Grant me in your mercy a little more time. Love for the earth and love for you are having such a long conversation in my heart. Who knows what will finally happen or where I will be sent? Yet already I have given a great many things away, expecting to be told to pack nothing except the prayers, which, with this thirst, I am slowly learning. The connections that we find within these words of Mary Oliver are as unique as each of us are. Yet connect us they do, as their magic makes us aware of our own thirst for the goodness that we do not see in our world yet. Not that we only focus there or obsess with our lack of the things that we long for, but the goodness that we thirst for can be for us a good thing, a sacred lure toward growth, and a deeper connection that calls us to be successful as a congregation, to thrive, and to keep this community that we love healthy and strong for years to come and for people to come. I especially hear us in her words when she writes, "Love for the earth and love for you are having such a long conversation in my heart." Because yes, our love for the earth and our love for the spirit of life is our source, where we write that prayer that comes from our heart's thirst for goodness. An article by Reverend Dan Hotchkiss, who's the former minister of the Unitarian Society of New Haven, and he's now a congregational consultant, offers us a link between our thirst for goodness and the good stewardship of our community. As we begin our pledge season and our planning for the fiscal year that's ahead, Hotchkiss begins with a word of warning to not see ourselves as a business that exists to deliver religious benefit to its members at the lowest cost. He writes that instead, and defines us, I think, a good congregation puts its shoulder to the wheel, transforming lives in ways that no one could predict, in harmony with the congregation's purpose. Reverend Dan teaches that our goodness, the goodness that we thirst for, is measured by the good that we do, not by how satisfied we are. My curiosity pushes back against that just a little bit, though, because I believe both are important. But I also believe that the good we do and the lives that we transform in unpredictable ways will substantially increase how satisfied we are, as it also quenches our thirst for goodness. That will keep us rooted and growing. Our rootedness in our UU principles and promises nourish and strengthen our purpose, and they frame our mission. But in no way do they keep us planted where we are, stuck in our perception of how things must be or used to be. If there's any lesson to come from the events of these past 2 years, it's that this community is rooted enough to withstand the winds of change, even when every aspect of our lives are being uprooted and transformed in ways that no one could have predicted. But is that disconcerting or alarming? Maybe we can see it as empowering, especially as we step into our purpose and open our mission toward preparing ourselves as a place for newcomers. Perhaps our mission and purpose is to be fully alive in our faith, to touch each moment with our presence, and bless each newcomer that crosses our threshold with the magic within the gift of our one wild Unitarian Universalist faith. To see ourselves and each newcomer's inherent worth and dignity. Notice I said our own first. And to offer fair and kind treatment and create a place of acceptance, to do whatever we can to help others, to hold them when they're hurting, and to listen carefully to their stories and the ways they're attempting to make sense of a world that has gone a bit mad. To speak kind words and not forget the erupting miracle that is our life, however it's appearing in front of us right now. Perhaps this is the most radical gift that we can give newcomers. Maybe this Monte Vista magic is that we can share with the world to help it heal a bit, to share what we have here and prepare the way for newcomers. As we heard in our wisdom tale that Letha read today, we have enough. We have enough. We might have more than enough. But we are many, we are strong, and we can hold a safe place here in our home for all who will come. Preparing the way for newcomers will ask hard things of us. But we're not afraid of hard things anymore. Maybe we never were. The magic that we share and the magic we have to offer is a deeply meaningful relationship that is forged within the ordinary. The magic within the sense of belonging that we share here at Monte Vista is like the manna that God sent in preparation for the Sabbath. It's meant to be used and consumed quickly, taken in and shared before it spoils. Magic is not reserved for the elite or for those who are found to be deserving, but a vibrant example of the spirit of life is available to and through all living things, and easily observed by the curious and the brokenhearted. They know when they see it, and some know when they walk through the door. Our mission is evidenced through our brave endurance together through the unknown and every unbelievable event that we have already negotiated, and every blessed outcome that is about to appear and has appeared already. Because our magic, our Monte Vista magic, is calm, and it's strong support through unyielding times. It is faith in the yet unmanifested. It is the invocation of what is true and meaningful, while navigating the curious and some of the confounding. Our magic is the redoubling of our sense of belonging and our satisfied commitment to our community and to our faith, so that when disappointment does befall us, and it will, we will already be standing shoulder to shoulder and have our shoulder to the wheel of our mission, to be satisfied and satiated, willing to share, to transform lives in ways that no one can predict, to prepare the way for newcomers who need what we already have. For we have enough, and we have enough to share. Blessed be, and amen. Let's sing. Please stand here in the sanctuary and stand at home if you want to. We're so glad you're here with us. We're going to sing from Singing the Living Tradition, number 168, One More Step. George, if you would come and snuff out our chalice, and everyone, I invite you to read the extinguishing words. They should be in your order of service there. It's from our hymnal reading number 456 by Elizabeth Sell Jones. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. And my benediction, my blessing for you is may the love that transcends separation and heals every heart and restores all things be in us, among us, and flow from us now and always. May the week ahead be one of justice, celebration, and love, and may it be our passion and our mission to make it so.